Hey guys, Sonic here from T2G and welcome back. So, I know I've already made a video about the Frost rework. I made it like probably a month or two ago, but I have recently been writing down some more stuff that I want to run by. I'm going to quickly do a, if you want to check out most of the ideas that I talk about, like what I'm going to be like expanding upon, watch the first video. Do a quick rundown. So, like his first ability, which is freeze, I was going to change to an icy battle axe that like shatters and reforms on hit, and it like has a really cool casting animation where it just like forms out of ice crystals in midair. And if you do a charge attack like one of these, it'll do an overhead like throw, and it'll destroy the weapon and cancel the ability. Now, the thing with Icy Avalanche. So, if I demonstrate with, let's say, 8 Corrupted Heavy Gunners that are paused, if I use Icy Avalanche on them, you see that I get, like, 984. You see that, right? Well, if I wait for them to not be frozen anymore, and I recast it on them, it stays at 984. Now, what DE could do is I can make it so it would stack. So, like, I mean, you don't have to hit the same enemies. You don't have to hit the same enemies for it to stack. But every time that you would cast that on different enemies, it would add on instead of just staying at the same number. That would be a big change to Icy Avalanche. And, yeah, that'd be fantastic. Frost definitely has level creeping problems, and he's not the best for defense Warframe when it comes to frames like Limbo, which I hate to say, because I am definitely a Frost fanatic. But yeah. And also, I have a name for his new first ability. It's going to be called the Blizzard Axe, or Blizzard Battle Axe. Yes, and if you just slam like this, the axe would cast an ice wave, which would look sort of like this. Sort of like that. Like if you slammed, it would just do that. And it would like take, like, you know, if you use Excalibur's Delta Blade and you slide, it does like a radial blind. It would be kind of like that, only with the slam. Now, a few things that I've changed is the most things I've added to is his Icy Avalanche Augment, and his passive, which, if you guys don't know what Frost's passive is, it's yeah, 10% chance to freeze the attacker for 20 seconds. There's a problem with that. It's just terrible. So what I suggest is yep, you would, well, if like you're getting hit in those high levels, which you shouldn't be, 10% chance is terrible, and if you're getting hit with a melee attack in those high levels, you're gonna get one hit. So a solution is to make it like every time you hit an enemy with a cold proc, and if you don't know, every time you hit an enemy with one of Frost abilities, they get a cold proc. Whether it's Avalanche, Ice Wave, let me wait for the cold proc to run over, Snow Globe, or really anything. Pretty sure Snow Globe's like the only one that doesn't do it, but still. If you hit an enemy with any of those abilities, it would, and like put like a cold proc on them, it would heal you for 5 to 10 health every enemy that you hit. But if you're at full health, it'll give you an armor bonus, which would also count for Icy Avalanche, because as you'll see, if I summon one Corrupted Butcher, and I like just, yeah, if I summon one Corrupted Butcher, he will hit me. Well, once my attack's on, yeah, once he hits me, you will see he almost completely takes out my Icy Avalanche. So it will count as a 50% damage reduction. It'll count as a damage reduction for that, and it will stack up to 90%. It would probably take about 20 enemies with a cold proc on them to, like, you put a cold proc on 20 enemies and that'll get you up to 90%. DE can play around with the numbers, but Yeah, and the base duration of it would be locked at 30 seconds. It would not be affected by duration. It would not be it would not be affected by negative duration or positive duration, even if you have like narrow-minded, prime continuity, augur message, constitution, and all the duration mods. It would do absolutely nothing to the ability. Now, I mean, DE might want to play around with those numbers as well, just make it so it's not affected by duration, because people can make that last a ridiculous amount of time, and that would just be overpowered. Lock it at 30 seconds. And the last thing, with Icy Avalanche, if you look at the range of Avalanche, the base range is 15 meters. Not a lot, but 24 meters is like my current build's range. But that is the share range. So if you cast Icy Avalanche and your friend, let's say you have a friend here, and you go about 24 meters away from him. So please stay here. Let's say you go 24 meters away from him, which is about this far. It's pretty decent. If you cast Avalanche here, when you hit enemies, it will also count for him. So you would actually get, like, he would actually get the Icy Avalanche too. But if you're anywhere further, than those 24 meters, so if you're, let's say you're at 25, 26, it wouldn't work. Solution: affinity share range. If you were using affinity share range, it would basically just fix everything, because I could, like, be all the way over here. I think it's like 30 meters or something, and be locked at that. It would be perfect. I have had this problem so many times of, like, using Icy Avalanche, and let's say my friend Frosty, he doesn't get Icy Avalanche, and then he ends up dying. And the armor bonus would not affect your teammates, but they would, the armor bonus would affect you, and you could also heal your teammates with that ability. I think this would put Frost pretty much into endgame and make him one of the better tanks. And also, just make his sprint speed 1. It's 0.05, and he is the slowest Warframe in the game, and people keep making fun of him for that. I mean, this isn't all that slow. I mean, compared to Loki it is, but, I mean, I've gotten used to just, like, doing my jump combo and stuff, which lets me, like, move around faster than anyone. But, just to do that, and also, yeah, I will make another video, in the future, put a trademark on it or something, and I have an idea for Frost Umbra's backstory that I've been thinking about for a long time. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next video. Next video will be about the Ember rework that I've got an idea from. I will see you guys very soon. Saronica, out.